Hey, and welcome to my series of Let's Run a 50K trail race. This is video number 1, week 1 of 20. I signed up for World's End 50K. It's in May, and it's in Pennsylvania, and it's 50K up a mountain because I'm a marathoner. I've ran 3. I've done like 3 or 4 halves, a bunch of 5Ks, a bunch of 10Ks. I've been running for like 6 or 7 years. I don't even know. I've been running for a decent amount of time, and this seemed like a very big, scary challenge that I wanted to do. I read Born to Run, so since then I've been literally wanting to run Leadville 100, and that's just like a dream of mine. It's gonna happen one day. I swear to you, it's gonna happen. But that being said, I signed up for this race. I also roped my little brother into running this with me. He's an avid hiker, so we're working with a good base there for cardio-wise, so I'm training him as I train myself. To do this, we're going to do it together. We're going to, run it together, maybe see who ditches who first. If that even happens, I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, so this week was week 1. Now, we're prefacing this with just because 1 week sucks doesn't mean it's going to make or break your training block. Remember that. Definitely something I have to remind myself sometimes. Week 1 did not go as planned. The overall vibe that week 1 was stress. So much stress. It was self-inflicted stress. So stress I gave myself. Mental stress, okay? Then we have the physical stress of the training, which arguably wasn't very much because of how everything went. And then the other stress of we're putting together a basement gym, which is great, and I love it, and it's just done as of today, so phenomenal. But that being said, there was a lot of stress this week from different, coming from all angles. It felt like work, self-inflicted because, oh my god, you're not getting your miles this week, Christina. What are you doing with your life? And then stress of dealing with customer service and incomplete orders of equipment and crap. So lots of stress. We're not a fan of that, and it was honestly probably poorly managed, which is sad to say because I love to talk about managing your stress and finding the things that help. And this week I just wasn't managing it. I was just living in it and not enjoying it. So that being said, we're going to kind of just go day by day on how this week went, and kind of learn from it, and then talk about what I'm thinking for week 2 and how I want that to be. So, Monday was a rest day because the Sunday prior I ran a quarter-mile run. It was the wrapping up of my base mileage kind of block I built for myself because I haven't raced or really trained specifically since October in my marathon race I did. So I kind of been doing whatever I want, running whatever, doing whatever I want. From, November-ish, I think. Late November is when I was like, hey, you got to get your crap together. You need to be able to run 20 miles before this 50K training block starts. So me and my brother kind of decided, okay, I was going to design the plan, and we were going to do this suffer, survive together thing. So Monday was rest day just because Mondays are typically a full rest day, or I do an upper body lift and cross training. But it was just, I was tired. I was already stressed and feeling Monday. So full rest day. We didn't do any fitness activity. Then Tuesday came, and, we're starting this week strong. We did a leg day. Leg day is amazing. We are huge fans of leg days over here. And that was before work. Then I go to my 9-to-5 job, and then after work I did 4 easy miles on the treadmill. The treadmill has been my saving grace lately because it's so dark out. It's dark in the mornings, it's dark at night. If I'm running in the mornings, I have a lighted vest and I run in certain areas where I know I feel safe. In the afternoon, no, I'm not doing that. If I'm going to run after work, it's going to be on the treadmill. I'm sorry, I live in the middle of nowhere. I don't want to get eaten by a coyote. Plain and simple. Would that really happen? Probably not. But I digress. So Wednesday is when the panic of miles probably started, of lack thereof, really. So Wednesday, I did my upper body lift. And then at the tail end of my work day, I had a major migraine start to set in. Now, I'm not sure if it was weather induced, because for me, that's a huge thing. It's a big trigger, because it is starting to get warmer here. Like, we're having a warm front come in. So I wasn't sure if it was like the cold and warm fronts kind of like, crossing in or whatever they do. And the pressure of that coming that triggered it, or it was the stress from work, from life, from training. Like, yeah, okay, Christina, you ran 4 miles. Like, that's not stress, but whatever. It's probably a combination of it all, to be honest. So Wednesday post work, we were out of commission. We were supposed to cook dinner. I didn't cook dinner. I was supposed to. That was the plan. I came home and I was like, my brain's just going to explode. I was in tears, and my husband was like, "It's fine. I'll cook dinner." Like, oh no, like, you're fine. Go rest. Go sit down. You are fine. So love him, bless him. He's amazing. Anyways, that being said, so Thursday is really truly when the panic of, you only have 4 miles in this week, Christina. What are you doing? And my typical, when I'm stressing about miles, typically I turn towards the bike because it's low impact. I get more miles in a short amount of time. And mentally it helps me. Cross training is great, but using it the way I was trying to use it this week probably isn't the best idea. Thursday was, I just jumped on the bike after work for 8 miles, which, if you want to be specific, you convert the miles and it's really only 4 miles as if you were running. So that totaled up my weekly mileage on Thursday to 8 miles. And it's supposed to be a 20-mile week this week, so we're not really adding that up yet. Friday ended up being a complete rest day. Friday morning, I was really tired when that alarm went off. I was like, it's fine. We're not going to do anything this morning. Slept in until I had to go to work. Then Friday night, we had a thing to go to, so it ended up being rest day. I felt a little guilty about not getting in miles in the morning, but then I was like, it's fine. Don't feel guilty about it. Your body needed rest. You listen to your body. Don't feel guilty about that, So Saturday is my typical full body lift day. I do trap bar deadlifts and a bunch of other things, but trap bar deadlifts specifically because I love them. They're amazing. If you struggle with deadlifts or RDLs or something, the trap bar, try it. It's amazing. It will transform your lifting life. Okay. So right after that, there's no break. Typically, I break up my lifting cardio, but this situation, it was lift and then right to the bike, and I did 4 easy zone 2 miles. Just to kind of wrap it up, mentally be like, okay, that gets me to 12 miles? And that to me was that is enough to run the long run. And that is all I was panicking about, which is dumb because I'm like, you can take a deload, it's not the end of the world. But so then Sunday today came, I ran 8.5 miles per the plan I made. And it was great. It was a hilly route. And in this specific situation, a hilly route is what I want anyways, because I wasn't going to go hit a trail at 2 p.m. Also, it's kind of snowy, slushy-ish, probably gross on the trail right now. So we're not going to go risk breaking an ankle when I can just do a hilly route and still get the benefits of it from the hills, because I will be doing a 50K on a trail up a mountain in Pennsylvania. So trails are going to be more of a part of my long runs, but specifically for this week, it was just a hilly route, which is fine. That being said, nutrition-wise, nothing has changed since my normal maintenance eating, calorie-wise, whatever. Just overview is, I eat 3 meals a day, probably a snack. Before lifting or running, I eat a quick, easily digestible carb. I get up at 4:30 in the morning, and I'm at the gym by 5 to lift, 2 days out of the week. And then other days I'm running, so I'm going to be up at 4:30 and I'm going to the gym to run the treadmill, or I'm going outside to go run. So I need a quick, easy snack that is going to work well in my stomach. So this specific week, I made blueberry muffins for my husband, but I'll snag one before a lift or a run in the mornings, or I have applesauce cups, which are amazing. So it sits well in my stomach. My body can easily digest it and use the carbs as energy to fuel my workouts. So that's what we love. And then during longer runs, like my 8.5 mile, I take gel. I specifically have been using UCAN gel lately. I used them for my marathon block last year in October. Anyways, so I've really been loving those. They've been really sitting well in my stomach. I didn't get like the flavor fatigue or like texture fatigue even in the later miles of the race. And I actually could eat every one of them, and I didn't skip one because I've been notoriously skipping like the later mile fuelings in my races. So we didn't do that this time, and it was great. So I'm really a huge fan of UCAN. It's not sponsored. I wish. But if it's something you want to try, totally go for it. I'd recommend it. Especially if like other gels like are giving your stomach issues. It is supposed to not do that, I guess. So there's that. And then, I always stay hydrated. I have my like gallon water bottle with me everywhere. I love electrolytes. I have one most days just because I am typically so active. This week, not so much because I wasn't as active. And just because I usually have it when I'm running after work in my little water bottle. So, and what else? Yeah, we didn't manage stress very well this week, but we did get decent sleep. So, it's not all bad. Next week, looking forward, we're going to be getting in all the runs. That's the goal. Goal is to get in my runs this week. We're still going to cross train 1 day a week on the bike, and I do want to hit stairs because stairs should be very helpful with this whole training, or at least in my research. That is what it has shown. Like Stairmaster is also a good way to help like cross train for this. Incline walking on the treadmill too. So kind of like trying to implement some of these things each week. We'll be doing 3 lifts per usual at the moment. So leg day, upper body, full body. With the basement gym now complete, we're going to be so much easier on getting these in. I'm going to be able to lift in the afternoon after work. I don't have to fight like 30 people for the same squat rack. I have my own now. I am so pumped about that, by the way. So pumped. So lifts are going to be easier to get in. It's going to be less, oh no, I need to wake up and go lift. It can be more like, oh, I can go run in this morning and get that run out of the way. Or I can go jump on the bike and not have to fight people for the bike in the afternoon. I can do that now when there's no fight, and I can just go snag it when I walk in. So yeah, I think this will help overall stress-wise that I give myself, like inflicted stress that doesn't need to be inflicted. And if I just got like over myself, stopped overthinking everything, we'd be fine. But so, yeah. So lifts will be done now at home, and it's gonna be amazing, and I'm so happy. So that'll help with that. And then I have 4 or 5 runs this week. We're gonna do a cross-training session and maybe an extra stair or incline walk to kind of round out the week is the plan. Week 2 is mostly manage your stress better, Christina, and get in your actual runs. That's all I got. If you want to stay tuned and, be more, be informed about how this training goes and each week that I update, hit the subscribe button, and I will see you next week. Have a great day.